Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I hope all of you are doing good. Fantastic. It's always good to meet up with you and spend this lovely time with you. Every Wednesday from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, we meet each other, we talk about various things, we learn from each other, and I try to answer a few of your queries related to stockage and related to market, which I can with my limited understanding of markets. I am doing good. How are you doing? Abhay, Amiras, Excel, which cycle do you have? Oh, I don't remember the name of the brand. I purchased it from Decathlon. I don't remember the brand of the cycle. Thank you for joining the session. And as usual, the session will be structured in such a manner where first 15 minutes to 20 minutes, I'm going to talk about something unique related to stockage so that you guys get more understanding of stockage and the various features which are there in stockage which you can use for your market journey. And then we will take your queries and I'll try to answer as many queries as possible. Okay, I can see there are questions being asked by Shikha, John, and there are more people who are interested in asking few questions. I will take your questions probably after 15 to 20 minutes. Let me just spend this 15 to 20 minutes and talking about stockage as I have always used this platform to communicate that. Yeah, I can see there are questions like I'm following the market since last 2 years. I'm 23-year-old MBA finance. Yeah, I think these are very, very relevant questions which should be answered, and I will try to answer these questions. But let me just, for the time being, let me just share my screen with all of you and discuss some important concept related to stockage, which is very, very critical for you to know. Okay, so here we go. So I'm sharing the screen. Okay, let me just share the screen. So this is a screen sharing happening. This is the screen sharing, and I'm going to share stockage. I hope you guys are able to see the screen stockage. Okay, so one feature which I want to talk about today is the deal section. This is a very, very interesting section in stockage, and I seriously request all of you to start tracking the deal on a daily basis from this app. The beauty of deal in stockage is that not just the deal for the day, you actually get last 5 years history of all the deals which has happened in this company or all the deals which are executed by this person or this entity. Okay, there are three kind of deals which are available in stockage. One is the bulk deal, other is the block deal, and the other one is the insider deal. Now, what is bulk deal? You see, as I'm navigating from one menu to the other menu, the right hand side is giving us the definition of that menu and how to use it. Bulk deal, as defined by the exchange, when the total quantity bought or sold in the market is more than 0.5% of the number of outstanding equity share of the company, not the free float, number of outstanding equity shares of the company. If there are more than 0.5% trade which has happened, then it will be listed under the bulk deal. All right. So not necessarily one trade which has happened which is worth more than 0.5% of the paid up capital of the company. No, throughout the day, if trading has happened plus minus plus minus, and it has represents more than 0.5% of the paid up capital, that means number of shares in the company into 0.5%. If such number of shares are traded in the exchange, that has to be reported as a bulk deal. The advantage of bulk deal or any kind of deal is that the parties who have transacted is also mentioned as part of the name of the deal. Okay, just look at the example in Ujas Energy. You yesterday, this is yesterday's data. Ujas Energy, some company has sold, bought, okay, and sold. Let us go to Ujas Energy and see what is the quantum of equity share this company has. So let's go to Ujas Energy. Let's go to fundamentals. Let's see the number of shares. You see, number of shares subscribed in this company is around 20 crores. Okay, 20 crores multiplied by 0.5%, it's approximately 10 lakh, right? 20 crores multiplied by 0.5%. Let's do the calculation. So 20 crores multiplied by 0.5% into crore 100,000 into 3. Okay, is around 10 lakhs. So if on a particular day 10 lakh shares or more worth of a company is traded in the exchange, it has to be reported in the bulk deal. So you see, 13 lakh 35,000 was done, 18 lakh was done, 20 lakh was done. It is far more than 10 lakh. So that's why the reporting happened. Okay. What is the significance of these deals? We'll come back to that later. But first try to understand what is bulk deal, what is block deal, what is insider deal. So I hope this concept of bulk deal is clear to everyone, that any significant trade which has happened. For example, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala bought Fortis worth 50 lakh share at the rate of 179. But you will also have to see who sold. Rare Enterprise sold. If you don't know about this, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, a Rare Enterprise, belongs to Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, right? So it's basically intercompany transfer. Why intercompany or inter-people transfer has happened? Maybe some kind of a tax adjustment, maybe some kind of a capital adjustment. That is not material. Material is there is an intercompany transfer which has no meaning. If one entity is buying and the other entity is selling and both the entities are related to the same person, it has no meaning. Okay. Our role should be to identify companies which have been bought or sold by an independent company. For example, Bennett Coleman and Company Limited, which we all know owns the Times Group, sold V2 Retail Limited. Now, this is an important information which shows that a bigger player has sold the shares of a company. That means the company has seen some exit from a bigger player. It's an important information to park in your mind, not necessary that you have to act on that information. See, in stock market, you can't act on each and every information. There are certain information which should become in the back of your mind. It should get processed in your mind, and whenever time comes, depending upon the price movement on that underlying, whenever the right time comes, you actually trade that particular price. Okay. So this is bulk deal. Let's go to block deal. What is block deal? Block deal is a trade with a minimum value of 10 crores executed through a single transaction on a separate block deal window defined by the exchange. So every exchange, both NSE and BSE, has a block deal window. Why there's a block deal window separate? Because if block trades are done in the main window, then prices will get distorted very well. And there is a provision that block trades can happen at a not necessarily at the current market price. It can happen certain percentage here and there of the current market price because it's a block trade. That means a wholesale trade that may not trade at the same retail price. So to avoid distortion in price, exchanges have given a separate block deal window. Although the volume which you see in your trading terminal will include the block deal volume. Okay. So you see, Fortis deal which happened on 11th of January was actually a block deal because it was worth more than 10 crores in the market. All right. So bulk deal is clear, block deal is clear. Third is the insider trade. This is the most important section you all have to visit on a daily basis. Extremely important because insider activity actually gives you an understanding of what is happening with any stock in the market. Okay. Suppose you are not tracking specific stocks and you are just trying to figure out, is there any stock which could be of interest to me? So if you track insider on a daily basis, for example, the data gets updated by end of the day, probably by 7:38 p.m., depending upon when the exchanges throw the data to us. You can see insider has different components. Market purchase is when the insider is purchasing from the market. Okay. Gift is when the insider is giving gift to some other entity. So it is not so relevant because insider has not sold it. Pledge release is when an insider is pledging the shareholding, whatever number of shares the person has. if the insider is giving that share as a pledge or as a collateral for any personal loan or any other kind of loan, now that has to be informed to the exchange. So pledge release is when the insider has released the number of shares and made the loan payment. Okay. So for example, Mr. Amir Wahab, he has bought Awas Financials Limited. Bought means he has released the pledge release. See, it is mentioned here. How much shares? 20. Excuse me. So he has pledged, he has released the pledge worth 1900 shares, and his current holding is 2663 shares, which is almost 0% of the paid up capital. Okay, and when was the transaction done? On 4th of January. So, these are the data points which are easily available in StockEdge app. So all you need to do is spend some time on this section and figure out, is there any interesting stock which can be derived out of it. So you see, let us do that. These are all gift, not relevant. Creation of pledge. If you see, most of these people who have lesser shareholding, okay, any activity done by them should not be considered to be a significant activity unless many people with a lesser shareholding are doing that activity consistently. Okay, let's go and see. Okay, this is interesting. So this company Mira Industries Limited, Dharma Vinod Bhai Desai, he holds around 26.67% stake in the company, and he has bought another 2400 shares. 2400 shares is very, very small amount. It should not be such a relevant thing, but it is interesting to know that someone with a high percentage stake in the company has bought stake in the company. So let's go to this company. So you click here, you go to Mira Industries, okay, and Mira Industries, now you go to deal and insider deal. So let's see, let's observe if there is any pattern. If you see, Mr. Dharmesh Vinod Bhai Desai has been consistently buying with small quantity, buying in the company, okay, because of which his stake is also gradually going up since he has been buying continuously from the market. It's a market purchase, okay. Now, what is this Mira industry all about? You go to fundamental and you see the profile. The company is a 76 crore market cap company. It's a very, very small company, okay, and it is into textile machinery. If you want to know more about this company, click show profile. The company was originally incorporated as Mira Industries Private Limited with ROC in Gujarat. The company was converted to public limited company. It caters to the domestic market and export market, continents like America, etc., etc., etc. Manufacture both standardized as well as customized products based on customers. The company products are sold under the brand name Mira. The company is manufacturing and delivery quality products, etc. The company manufacturing in Surat. Okay, the company is engaged in manufacture of yarn twisting, windling, and heat setting machines for textile industries. Now, this is very interesting because if you see, Atmanirbhar Bharat talks about making India self-dependent, okay, and if we want to become self-dependent on the manufacturing side, we need to have companies who are also manufacturing machineries, okay. Now, this looks an interesting company where promoter is increasing the stake. It's a small cap, very small company, but trust me, if you understand a small cap company well, you can actually create a lot of wealth in this kind of a company. So this looks an interesting company. I'm not saying to buy this company because it is a small cap company. It could be very risky, but this looks an interesting company for my next level of analysis, which is both fundamentally as well as technically. But let's proceed further. I hope you understood my way of figuring out any company where promoter is buying or promoter is selling, and I need to act based on that information. Let's proceed. Ultra Cap India, a lot of activities of buying and selling. Looks like the person is transferring his share from his name to the HUF name. Then you have Yes Bank. Okay, Mr. Shama Pradhan and Saurabh Pradhan is buying Yes Bank as an allotment, 5 lakh share and 41,000 share. This happened in the month of July, which has been reported now. Okay, all these data are updated. Huh? By the way, whenever we get reporting from the company to the exchange, this data gets updated. So this delay is not from our side. This delay is because of the delay reporting by the company. Now let's go to Rajesh Export. This looks interesting. Rajesh Mehta, who holds 30% stake in the company, has bought 5,000 shares. Again, a textile company. So let's go to Rajesh Export and let's go to deal and let's see what's happening in the deal there. Let's go to insider deal. Look at this. So again, the same pattern. Rajesh Mehta has been consistently buying the share of this company where he's holding around 30% stake. If you go to shareholder and see the promoter shareholding is 54%, and who else? Rajesh Mehta is one of the promoter of the company. So promoter is buying stake in the company with small quantity. What is this company all about? Let's go to fundamentals. This is in diamond and jewelry. Rajesh Export is into diamond and jewelry, not textile. And see the profile. If you see the profile, they are basically exporters of diamond and jewelries. Now this looks interesting. If the promoter is buying stake in the company, and if the company is in a business which you believe has future potential, and if the financials of the business, you see the financials of this company is also pretty stable. I need to do more research. I mean, just by looking at 5-6 parameters is not sufficient. I need to do more research, like get into each and every component, the price behavior, the delivery, the way it has progressed over a period of time. Look at these deliveries every day. Then you have news, announcements, anything which we miss, which Google can talk about. We will see what kind of problem this company is going through. Is there any potential of recovery in this company? So all the deep fundamental research has to be done, which will take around 30 hours. In fact, if you want to go to the company website, just click from here and you will go to the website of the company where you can see what are the products, what are the developments which the company is showing. Is there a negative remark about the company, positive remark of the company? So you need to do that fundamental research, elementary fundamental research, before you can start tracking this company and think about investing in this company. So the best thing to do is, once you have identified the company through insider, press a star mark in that company, make a watch list called insider. How do you make it? Just go to my StockEdge, go to watch list, and just add insider deals. So you create a watch list called insider deals. Now go back to the company. Unfortunately, I have to go to a deal again. From this deal, we went to Rajesh Export. So let's go to Rajesh Export again. Okay, let's go to Rajesh Export from this company, from the company search to Rajesh Export, and you press star. And once you press star, you will get insider here. So we need to search for that insider. I have too many insider deals. So once I have added that stock in the insider deal, it becomes part of my tracker. I have many watch lists actually. So it becomes part of my tracker. So any follow-on bulk, block, or insider deal which will happen in this company will also get reflected in this watch list. So StockEdge watch list is actually an intelligent watch list where if you start tracking stocks, all behavioral aspects related to that stock will start getting emerged here, and accordingly you can look at them and then decide whether you want to take a bet on this stock or not. Let's see Rajesh Export. Let's see technicals. Okay, so look at this stock. This stock is an underperformer right now in the market because of its baggage, right? So the stock really needs to give an outperformance. That means RS has to go above zero if the stock has to start the outperformance. And if you see, the stock is also consolidating at a particular range. Okay, this is a new range the stock is showing, 482 and up. This is around 490. So if the stock gives a breakout above this previous swing high, so which one is the previous swing high? Let's see. So this probably is the previous swing high. So let's see the line chart, which is the closing chart. This is interesting. So 491 is the breakout level in this stock. So you will put an alert in this. So 492 is the breakout level. So I'll go to StockEdge and I'll go to the stock and I will add a target. I'll say add whenever price cross around 492, send me an alert because insider deals by promoter, and you add this. So the moment stock crosses 492, StockEdge will give you an alert on your mobile phone, and then you can go and do something about it. Or you can also ask TradingView to give you an alert. So you double click here. If you are a premium subscriber, you click on this horizontal line and you ask TradingView to give you an alert. So right click, add alert at 492, create. Alert name is insider. Whichever you prefer. TradingView is a real time if you are subscribed to TradingView, or StockEdge is around 5 to 7 minutes delay. So whichever you prefer, you can do that, and participate in this rally of Rajesh Export, because at the back of your mind you know that the stock is fundamentally look stable, recovered. I mean, I need to do follow on study, but still, I mean, very quick out of the bowl view on the stock, and then promoter is also buying. That's the incentive for me to get into the stock. Okay, so this is what I wanted to communicate with all of you today, that if you track deals on the daily basis, अगर रोज इसको हम लोग track करेंगे, so I am sure that you will be able to get few stocks which could be relevant for you. जैसे हमने राजेश एक्सपोर्ट देखा, हमने और उस पर स्टडी नहीं किया, बट और स्टडी अगर हम करेंगे तो definitely we will be able to get some ideas. For example, this company called Gagan Gases Limited, ये गगन महेश्वरी, he has bought 10,000 shares and he owns around 3.85% in the company. This is interesting. We should do a follow-on research on this company. Or this company called Mr. Anil Modi has bought Modi Naturals Limited. So if you see, Insider actually gives you ideas of small stocks which are not probably so widely covered, but you can through Insider deal figure out these stocks, know about them very fast, and keep them as part of your tracker. And if you like their movement, you can do a follow-on deep research in the stock. Let me clarify one point, that ESOP, there is one category called ESOP. ESOP is typically people who are employees, they get shares in the company by virtue of their employment, and people buy those shares by exercising that ESOP. So ESOP is not something you should look at very seriously. The most important classification of insider which you should look at is the market purchase and market sale. In case you find any stock which is relevant name in that category, then definitely you should look at this. Okay, look at this company, Sequent Scientific Limited. We all know about this company. It has been in news for some time. Chayadeep Venture sold 2 lakh shares out of 6,61,000 shares. Now this is interesting because if someone, but this is a 2020 data, so it is a delayed reporting by the exchange, by the company to the exchange. Anyway, so I hope I have explained you this concept of bulk, block and insider deal. I hope you start observing these deals from today. I believe that if you do it on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, you will be able to get 4 or 5 stocks which will work wonderful for you. Even if market outperform or underperform, that will not matter. But these companies where insider has shown interest in either buying or selling will definitely have their own movement, and I hope you will be able to participate in that movement. All right. So this is about StockEdge feature of deals. I hope you find it useful. Now let me go back to StreamYard and uh, let me take some queries. Okay, Ayush is asking, hello sir, please tell me where I can see enterprise value in stockage and ratio of cash flow from operation by PAT. Well, let me see if we have that. Uh, Let me see. So enterprise value. I remember we did have enterprise value. I'm just trying to check in the ratio. So if you go to valuation ratio, so we have something called EV to EBITDA ratio. Okay, let me share screen with you again. Okay, so this is the screen which I'm sharing with you. So if you see in the valuation, in the ratio, you go to valuation and you have something called AV to EBITDA ratio. I don't know whether this is something which will help you. Okay, you can have a look at this. Otherwise, the ratio which you are talking about, the pure AV, I don't think so. We have pure EV I use. Maybe I can take this as a feedback and I try to incorporate EV right here. Your second question was cash from operation divided by PAT, which is very, very interesting. So for that, we need to go to cash flow ratio. And right now we have cash flow per share and free cash flow per share. We don't have cash flow by PAT. So I've taken both these feedback, Ayush, and I'll definitely ask my team to incorporate them. Okay, John Latina is asking question. I have a doubt. How can future OI impact stock price, not future price? If not, why everyone is joining to think? Sometimes position price move करने के बाद बनते हैं. So can you explore? Okay. Let's explore, John, this with an help of an example. Okay, so let's see which example should we take. Let's take say State Bank of India. Okay, जो अभी काफी मूव किया है. Now let's go to future open interest. See, so State Bank of India 3 months ago, open interest was around 11 crore 36 lakh shares. This is future open interest, okay? And price was around 200, okay? And open interest was still high when the price was going up. That means there was significant long position in State Bank of India. And then open interest reduced. That means long position was covered. Having said that, in the next expiry, the open interest was around 9 crore 52 lakhs vis-a-vis 11 crore 36 lakh. That means November expiry. After November expiry, October did not witness, after November expiry, December did not witness very high open interest in State Bank of India. That means people were not very, very positive for State Bank of India. Okay. And if you see, prices also were around the same range of around 260, 275, etc. And December expiry ended on a lower open interest base. Okay. If you see open interest, it is still at a lower level vis-a-vis it was on in the month of November. November expiry में जो open interest था और अभी जो open interest है उसमें आप देखोगे अभी open interest अभी भी कम है. Only 7 crore shares, which was the case 11 crore 3 years ago. But if you see the open interest now for the last 2-3 days have started building in again. So this expiry, we are witnessing that there are more long positions which are getting built up in the stock. All right. So to answer your question, yes, open interest build up is always supported by the price movement. So you can always say that the price has already moved, and then if open interest is moving, it's a delayed information. But open interest view over a period of time gives you an indication of the kind of position which the operator has built in the stock. and the stock will give you a trend of either going up or going down depending upon the quantum or the magnitude of open interest which is built in the stock. For example, in State Bank, if you see, open interest was lowest when January contract started. Only 6 crore 70 lakh share, vis-a-vis 3 months ago it was 11 crore shares. The moment open interest started getting built with price showing this strength, that was a time when people assumed that longs are seriously interested in building good position in the stock, and now the stock should go up. In fact, if you see stock today went up to as high as 305. So proper tracking of open interest and delivery gives you some hint about the position of the operator. In fact, this Saturday, I'm going to organize a webinar, a paid webinar, where I'm going to add all these variables, open interest, delivery, volume, price. And I'm going to give you a complete golden strategy of how you can look at all these components and figure out and club everything together and figure out what could be the potential direction in the stock, and you can play a longer swing in a stock rather than just the 1 or 2 day quick trading in the stock. I hope I have been able to answer your question, John. Okay, Kailash is asking which sector is overvalued or overheated. Okay, it's a very good question and very, very important question, Kailash. To answer that question, we need to do a sector analysis. Okay, so this is how I do a sector analysis. So I go to sectors and I see all the major indices in front of me. Okay, now I will go and see each and every sector, what is the kind of movement the sector has shown. Typically, a overheated sector will be the one which has outperformed Nifty to an obnoxious level. Okay, because don't make that mistake that you are only looking at sector and you believe that if sector has gone up crazily, but Nifty has also gone up. So it has to be always a relative performance between the sector and the Nifty, which has to be taken care of. So if you let's observe which sector. So pharma, moderate performance vis-a-vis Nifty. Energy, not performed much. Reality, so you can say that sir, reality has really, really outperformed and is going up very strong. But if you look at the RS, which is the indicator which I use typically, if you see RS, historical RS, it has still scope of going more above. Okay, it has still scope of outperforming the Nifty. So till Nifty is performing, I don't see reality in a hurry to check. Although standalone graph looks like, oh my god, it has performed so well. But relative to Nifty, I still see that it has not gone to an obnoxious level. Similarly, let's go to another sector called CNX IT. Definitely, it looks like on a standalone graph that it has gone up so much. Okay, see this graph. Anyone sane person will look at this graph and say that sir, ये index 10,800 का अभी 27,000 हो गया, तो ये इंडेक्स कितना ज्यादा बढ़ चुका है. But I would say that don't look at that as a standalone index. Look at whether it has outperformed Nifty obnoxiously or not. If you see, it has not, because the RS, which is relative strength index, which I use, a relative strength indicator which I use, it is still around 0. So it has not gone to an obnoxious level. Private banks, yes, they went up crazily. Now they are correcting vis-a-vis Nifty. Again, not an obnoxious level. Consumer goods, a bit they are correcting. Media, they have just started the rally. FMCG, they are already in the correction mode. Metal, yes, you can say that metals have really, really outperformed and they could see some correction. So if market goes down, metal can see some correction, but I don't think so that correction will be short-lived. They are outperformers and they may continue to outperform the market. Oil and gas, not outperformed. Bank Nifty, again, it did outperform massively, but now it has already given an indication of cool down. So maybe Bank Nifty can cool down a bit, but still it is an outperforming sector and it will continue to outperform because RS is more than 0. Automobile just started outperforming Nifty. So if you look at this graph, you will always have the biasness that, oh God, this sector has gone crazy. But if you look at outperformance vis-a-vis the market, then you will not get that biasness. So my point is, PSU Bank, yes, this is one sector which is clearly showing that it has gone to a very high level, and there could be some correction there if market corrects. Okay. So all in all, I can tell you that don't make a standalone assessment of a stock or of a sector. Always relative performance with the market is important. But if market is expected to go down, then definitely there is a problem. Then all the underperformers will go down far bigger than the outperformers of the market. Okay. I hope I was able to answer your question, Kailash. Okay, Saurav Rai is asking, sir, is good to trade in future an option with 1 lakh capital? Can we make living from trading with this capital of 1 lakh? सौरभ भाई, ये बात समझने वाली है. हाँ, मैं आपको मैं डिमोटिवेट नहीं करूंगा आपको. 1 लाख रुपए अच्छा कैपिटल होता है चालू करने के लिए, बट 1 लाख रुपए में आप फ्यूचर्स नहीं कर पाएंगे, एंड फ्यूचर्स कुड बी वेरी वेरी रिस्की. 1 लाख रुपए में आप ऑप्शंस कर सकते हैं, और ऑप्शंस के अंदर में भी आई विल नॉट एडवाइज यू टू ट्रेड एनी डे एंड एनी टाइम. हर वक्त ट्रेड मत कीजिए. आइडेंटिफाई कीजिए, वेट कीजिए, जब भी आपको राइट प्राइस का ब्रेकआउट मिले या राइट प्राइस मूवमेंट मोमेंटम मिले, तब ऑप्शंस के अंदर में आप बाइंग का काम कर सकते हैं या ऑप्शंस में स्प्रेड का काम कर सकते हैं. बट कैश मार्केट could be interesting for you, but with 1 lakh you can't make a livelihood with cash market, because you can't expect to make 200 or 300 times of your capital from market. आप ये नहीं एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं कि मुझे 1 लाख का 2 लाख 3 लाख 4 लाख रुपया मिल जाएगा, और घर चलाने के लिए समाव मुझे लगता है कि 2 लाख 3 लाख भी सफिशिएंट नहीं होंगे अगर आपको पूरा फैमिली चलाना है या ट्रेडिंग फॉर लिविंग करना है. तो आई वुड एडवाइज कि 1 लाख रुपए में ट्रेडिंग फॉर लिविंग नहीं हो सकता है. लिविंग के साथ ट्रेडिंग हो सकता है, और आप और सीख सकते हैं बिफोर यू गेन दैट कॉन्फिडेंस of putting more money in the market. Okay, Gaurav is asking, sir, explain dividend and ex-dividend date today about CESC. Okay, dividend and ex-dividend of CESC. Let's go to CESC. तो CESC के अंदर में जब हम अपडेट्स में जाएंगे कॉर्पोरेट एक्शन में, so CESC declared a dividend of 200%. Okay, नहीं, ये तो लास्ट ईयर का है. इस साल का अभी तक डिविडेंड का डेटा क्यों नहीं आया इधर में? लेट्स सी अनाउंसमेंट में, या सो दिस इज द अनाउंसमेंट व्हिच हैज कम टुडे. सो लेट्स so CSA has informed BSE that the board of directors of the company and its meeting held on 13th of January has declared an interim dividend of rupees 45 per share, which is 450% of the paid up capital of the company. So 45 rupees per share कंपनी ने डिविडेंड दिया है, एंड if you are a shareholder in the company till the X date, you will be eligible for dividend. Now, what is the X date? Let's see if they have announced. At the close of the business on 25th of January. So 25th of January is the X date. So if you are a shareholder in the company by that date, you will be getting that dividend. उसके बाद एक कंपनी एक्स डिविडेंड हो जाएगा. तो 24th जनवरी इज द डिविडेंड डिक्लेरेशन डेट. उस दिन तक अगर आप शेयर होल्डर हैं कंपनी के, तो आपको डिविडेंड मिल जाएगा. नेक्स्ट डे से डिविडेंड एक्स हो जाएगा कंपनी. दैट मींस द प्राइस ऑफ द स्टॉक विल बी एडजस्टेड एज पर दिस डिविडेंड. ओके, आई होप आई वाज एबल टू क्लियर दिस. आगे बढ़े. Vivek sir, can you teach how you look spread charts like CNX Metal Nifty 50 and how you incorporate that chart and build some view on that? Well, Raj, I use RS indicator to find out the spread between metal and Nifty or any index. And RS, there is a model which I have developed which says that if RS is more than 0 and it's uptrending, it's good. If RS is less than 0 and if it's downtrending, the index is bad. And if index is good, I try to figure out good sector, good stock in that good index and participate in that good stock. Dinesh Bhai is saying, please provide combination scan at my stockage. I wrote a mail to you and your team, but no action is initiated. Oh, how is that possible? I have almost cleared all my emails, and maybe I missed your email. If you can send an email to me again, my email ID is vivek@stockage.com. I will definitely make sure that I reply back to your email, because as we speak, I don't have any outstanding email. सो दिनेश भाई, अगर आप वापस मुझे वो मेल भेज देंगे तो मैं आपको डेफिनेटली रिप्लाई कर दूंगा. Okay, why Nifty is going up and up? Weber, the answer to that question is that there is too much liquidity in the system. पैसे प्रिंट हो रहे हैं, फेड पैसे प्रिंट कर रहा है, वो पैसे अल्टीमेटली जाएंगे कहाँ पे? तो मार्केट एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म है जहाँ पे सरप्लस कैपिटल पार्क होता है, और अभी क्योंकि कहीं और ऑप्शन नहीं है, returns are quite less in all other areas, so that's why money is going to stock market. Okay, very good question, Bakul. Early identifications of outperforming sector. Well, I would say that you have to understand the business cyclicality. Okay, if you want early indication of any sector, then the leader of that sector has to be tracked very, very closely. For example, one stock which led to the growth of the banking pack was HDFC Bank. First, the leader started to show some hint, and then the impact of that leader was reflected in the index. And because index moved, the other stocks also started to move. So every index has the leader which has the highest weightage. Look at the leader, track it, do the technicals of the leader, and see if there is any major trend change happening in that leader, and then follow the sector overall and the index. So what is the main problem you face while doing algo trading? Oh, so algo tradings are two forms of algo trading. One is the high frequency trading, which is full day trading, which is more technology oriented activity. Other is a low frequency trading, which is more quantitative driven, less of technology, more of quant. The problem with algo trading is that you don't make money every day in low frequency. Okay, in high frequency you tend to make money every day because it's a tech enabled game. But in case of low frequency algo trading, you don't make money every day. In fact, there are months where you can lose money. You actually don't make money every month as well. So holding on your nerves in the month where you are losing money with an expectation that next month will be better or the month after that will be better, it's more of a psychological play where you still want to believe your system, and your system will consistently make money, not necessarily every month, but at least on a quarter on quarter basis, your system potentially will make money. So that's the biggest challenge of algo trading, is even though you backtest everything in certain market scenario, maybe today's market scenario, which is a unique market scenario, market may not react the way it has worked earlier. So you may have a drawdown this month, but it could compensate tomorrow or next month. So there is a fair bit of uncertainty in algo trading as well. But overall, at the end of the year, you make much more money in a more disciplined manner if you are into algo trading than into discretionary and manual trading. Can you explain, Akshay is asking, can you explain use of RS chart and StockEdge chart instead of trading? Of course, I'll do that. Sorry. Of course, I'll do that. Akshay. So let's go to StockEdge. चलते हैं StockEdge में और कोई भी एक स्टॉक पकड़ लेते हैं. Okay. Say for example CSC, which our friend discussed. You know, in StockEdge we have designed a special chart called Edge chart. This is very unique from other charts in other platforms because Edge chart is linked to scans. So every time you do any scan and you want to see the output of that scan, for example, I'm seeing this latest scan called Super Trend scan, and if I click buy, so you get all these stocks where Super Trend has become positive, and if I click, it will take you to Edge chart and plot that Super Trend. in the chart itself. That's the unique thing which we have done in a chart. But having said that, let's go to the one which I discussed. I was discussing CSC a chart. So this is the template which I have saved for myself. And in StockEdge, you can only save one template right now. And this is a template which I have saved where I have volume, delivery, RS, market, RS, sector. Let me just add a few indicators here. So volume is there. Let me just remove these for the time being. So when you look at Edge chart, you typically look at this chart. Okay. Now I want to add few indicators. First, let me add delivery and volume. Okay. This is a beautiful chart which plots both delivery and volume in a single bar. Fantastic presentation. And then I want to add, say, super trend. Okay. And I want to add say RS market, and I want to add RS sector. Okay, cool. And then I want to add we can add more. We can add probably a 50-day moving average. I can add 200-day 100-day moving average, and I can also think of adding 200-day moving average, and I save this. Okay, so this becomes my template. Okay, now what is happening in this stock? RS, okay, RS market, okay, RS market. This is RS market. Let us expand this to say 6 months. So RS market is right now minus 0.08. Okay, that means the stock is still not outperforming the market. Okay, RS sector is minus 0.10. That means the stock is still not outperforming the sector index. That means this stock is an underperformer. Okay, and I will not be in a hurry to buy this stock. Sure, this stock can give us a momentum. 10%, 15% momentum can be available, and we may miss that momentum. But my RS study says that until unless this stock shows an upward trend in RS or it start going above zero, I will not have conviction to build long positions, large position in this stock. See, I can build a small position. 5 लाख 10 लाख का CSC लेके उसको होल्ड कर लिया, ठीक है. बट क्या मैं 25 लाख 50 लाख का CSC खरीदूंगा? नहीं खरीदूंगा जब तक कि मेरे को RS का स्ट्रेंथ नहीं मिलता है. So if you see this stock, although there has been delivery based buying, let us convert this into NSE. So if you see last 2 days, there is volume as well as there is delivery based buying which has happened in this stock. Okay, so logically this stock should start performing now because people have entered this stock with decent delivery. Okay, so I will use a small quantity because my super trend is also trend positive, and all the moving averages are also showing that this stock is going up. So I will build a small quantity position in CSC, and once RS is above zero, then it's my stock. Then I will build more quantity and I will ride the rally in this stock because I know for sure that the outperformance of the stock is now established. Let's take some other stock. Let's take one more stock. Let's take State Bank of India. Now the same template which I have already said will be used. So in this template again, if you see the State Bank of India, RS has been above zero since 24th of November. Okay, so this was the swing high on that day, 24th November. This was the swing high which was around 250 odd level. So the moment this high was broken, this was again touched here. But you see, since then RS has been above zero. Both sector RS as well as the market RS has been zero, and the stock has witnessed decent volume with delivery, with the price going up and super trend also giving a positive indication. So this is a buy stock for me as far as RS is concerned. All right, did you get the point? I hope Akshay you got the reply. A quick confirmation from you, Akshay, will help me. How to find out promoter buying stocks? Shiaju is asking how to find out this. So it's pretty simple. Oh, thank you, Akshay, for your reply. It's very simple. Go to any stock, say State Bank of India, go to deal, and you see something called insider. Okay, and here you will be able to see what the promoter is doing. Now you can ask me the question, sir, how do I know whether he's a promoter or not? Typically, promoters will have a very high percentage of current holding, so you can cross verify this. So once you click here, in this case, President of India is a very big name. So let's find out some other company. Let's say CSC, and let's go to deal, and let's go to insider deal. So you see, SDFC Mutual Fund on 3rd April. This was the last insider reported. SDFC Mutual Fund bought certain shares, assuming that these are promoters. Just click here, and it will take you to the shareholding of SDFC Mutual Fund. Nonetheless, if you still want to see who are the promoters, go to shareholding. You see the promoter, whether they are increasing the stake in the company or not, is the part of the shareholding pattern. Okay. If you see they're increasing, that pattern will clearly show it. If you see they're decreasing, the pattern will clearly show it. In this case, promoter is keeping the stake static in case of CSC. Okay, who else? Uh, okay, Sudhakar is asking a question, sir. Earlier in email requested for simple moving average scan with open near 20 and 50 SMA. Can you please initiate in StockEdge? Yes, Sudhakar, we have quite a lot of pending things in StockEdge we are working on, and your request has been taken note of. So we will definitely work on it. Trust me on this. Uh, John is asking again, which strategy is better, focusing on 10-20 stocks and trading them, or focus on Nifty 500 stocks and find different opportunities? Both of these strategies have its own merits and demerits. I follow the first strategy. I'm more focused person, but nothing wrong with NSE 500 universe and figuring out stocks which are satisfying your criteria in that universe. So in my webinar on Saturday, I'm going to talk about both the things, how to look at this as well as this, and how to find out the right model for yourself. Suppose promoter places shares to institution. Well, then the shareholding of the institution will go up. So if you see the shareholding pattern, promoter stake will come down and institution stake will come up. Blaze is asking questions. So one question from my side, if you want to check fundamental side of the stocks, what are the main scenario look for? Well, Blaze, let me give you this. It's a very good question. So to analyze fundamental of a company, we have something called an edge report. You guys should see. Go to case studies. Go to any company. Okay, go to say Nestle, and download this report which we are making for each company. This report is perfect report for all of you to understand fundamental of a company. And this is a report on few companies which my team is making. But I sincerely suggest all of you should create your report based on the format which we have given. What we have done is classified our understanding based on 5 key parameters: growth, profitability, and we are grading each and every company based on the assessment on these parameters. Actually, 6 parameters: growth, profitability, efficiency, solvency, valuation, and quality. And we are giving grade from 1 to 5. Any company with a grade more than 20 is a good company, and you can now look at the price behavior and enter and exit that company. Any company with a lesser grade than 50, at 20, obviously you should review your decision to staying invested in that company. I would suggest look at this edge report, create your own method of analyzing the fundamentals of the company based on this edge report which we have given to you. It will be a great formula to look at the market the way we want you to look at. Okay. Okay, Rajkumar is asking when to use EMA and when to use SMA. Hardly any difference. I mean, you can use either of these two. You will not find much difference in your decision making. Okay, Anil Bhai is asking view on Sterlite technology. Okay, let me see. So you go to StockEdge. Let's go to StockEdge and let's search for Sterlite technology. Okay, and let us see what's happening with this company. So let's go to scan and see. The company is closing within 52-week high zone. That means a positive sign. Stochastic is overbought, again a positive sign, and it is breaking the range, NR range of 4 and 5. Now let's go to technical chart. Our template is stored. Well, this company, again, RS is around zero. It is not it is not above zero, both sector as well as stock RS. So but the the super trend is positive, moving average is positive. I would like this stock to correct a bit, although this stock looks interesting on the structure wise. And if I'm drawing a larger time frame, say a 1 year time frame, oh, this stock looks very interesting because it has broken this swing high, which was around, this was around 170, 172. Okay, so I would be very happy if the stock comes back to around 174, 175, and then I enter, because my stop loss will be far better if I enter here. But if you still insist that you like this stock and you want to enter, invest 20% of what you wanted to invest. Say you wanted to invest 100 rupees, अभी 20 कर दो, नीचे करेक्ट होगा 187 से 180 आएगा और 20% कर देना, 180 से 172 चला गया और 20% कर देना. At least by doing that, you are gaining two things. One, the FOMO of not participating in that stock will move out of your life. Secondly, you will be able to buy the stock at a lower price and reduce your average costing if the stock actually performs over a period of time. So I think this is the best model for any retail investor to follow. Otherwise, it's very difficult to time the exact price of the stock when you should enter or exit that stock. All right, so I have done justice to the 1 hour which I've spent with all of you. I hope you have learned something interesting. I want to take this question from Nitish. A lot of people have kind of trolled me on Twitter for the statement which I made last night, so I want to clarify something. So Nitish is saying that yesterday I read a tweet of yours that protecting capital is hard in market. So my question is, how you have approached the market till now? Are you trading in options and futures? Nitish, when I started my career as an options trader. Then I progressed to futures. I traded equity, commodity, currency, and I was a very intense trader. For the last 2 to 3 years, I am very much a cash market focused person, and I seldom use futures. I do use options, but that is purely to enhance my return in cash market by mostly selling the options in the market. Okay. Now, as a youngster or someone who has come into the market, I always believe that you should not go overboard. You should understand your strength and weaknesses. Today's market, last 6 months, has been a great market where profit making has been as easy as it could have been. Very easy. Trust me. If you have not made profit in market in last 6 months, definitely you need to introspect, because this was the golden period. I saw that golden period in 2008. 12 साल बाद ये वापस आया है जहां पे mass hysteria है, people are just buying anything and it is going up. So you must have made money. If you have not made money in last 6 months, you need to quit the market, introspect, learn further, think about it, where you are going wrong, and come back to market with a better mindset. What happens? People who have lost money, and I get calls on a daily basis, and those calls are very disturbing for me also. That they lost 15,000, then they lost 50,000. To recover that 50,000, these people took loan, pledged their houses, took loan just to recover that 50,000 rupees. People lost another 20 lakh in the market, and today their family is disturbed, disrupted. My only submission to all of you is that if you have lost money in the market, please, an introspection is needed. And if you are there in the market still, you will not have the time to introspect. You will always fight to recover the loss, which is the worst thing you will do to you and your family. This was the core objective of the tweet. Lot of people have misread that. There are a lot of people with multiple interests who have tried to disparage me on that. But I hope I've clarified in this video that my intention is not to make you move out of the market. I love market. Stock market से अच्छा कुछ नहीं है. Trust me on this. अगर आप set हो जाते हो, इससे अच्छा कुछ नहीं, because this is the only place which is the consolidation of all the businesses of this country. But you need to be extremely careful when you are committing your hard earned money, your family wealth into this market, because it can go either way. Okay, that's my last submission. I hope you guys understood what I'm trying to say. I'm very glad that you have decided to join me on this session on Wednesday. Thank you so much, all of you, for your time, for your precious attention. My email ID is vivek@stockage.com. Feel free to email to me, and I will try my best to help you in whatever possible manner I can. I'm a very small person of market. I'm still learning, and I can share my learning with all of you. But finally, you have to become an independent person. Otherwise, you have many multiple TV anchors who can take you for a ride, and you will keep on losing money in the market, which I don't want. All right. Thank you for your time on Wednesday. I hope it was a useful session. If you have any other query, any discussion to be made, Shubham, I will not be able to tell you my view on Marico. But if you have any other anything you want me to do for you, my personal recommendation, or any advice, any guidance, anything you want me to do for you, Vivek@stockers.com is my email ID. Feel free to send an email. I reply twice in a week. I'm definitely going to reply to your email. Thank you, everyone. Have a safe evening. Enjoy the evening with your family. Study market. Use StockEdge. Spread about StockEdge. You are our brand ambassador. This product needs to reach places so that India truly becomes stock market wealthy in future. All right. Bye bye. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye bye.